Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm introducing Reglo, a product we've developed to simplify the management of standards. There are three main reasons why organizations have chosen Reglo. The first is really to centralize all of their standards in one place. We know that it's not always the same version of a standard from one to another, and we know that managing things in a simplified way also makes training much easier. The second point is really eliminating the management of Excel files within an organization. We know that's problematic. We know we don't always receive the correct versions. We don't always know if the information we receive is accurate. So a platform that structures and tracks information directly, that's its way of doing things. I think that really simplifies things. And finally, it's really about tracking tasks to make sure that in the end, the action plan is properly followed and that what's happening on the ground reflects the requirements set out in the standards. So here, what we can quickly see is certain tabs. We can manage all of the standards. Here there are a few that are preset, but you can add any you want. That's really the flexibility of the tool. In the action button, we can manage all the evidence and create new ones. We know there are a lot for each standard. For evaluation, we can create and manage assessments, and for reports, we can manage and automatically generate them. French and English are available by default, but it's possible to add any language you want. That's not a problem. On the dashboard, what you find are the non-conformities. That's often what we want to check first. So we can quickly see what is non-compliant to make sure we can take action on it. You can also see the different scores according to the standard. Obviously, this is calculated based on how the standard is structured. There are 4 features I'd like to show you quickly. Here, this is the evaluation. The evaluation section contains all the evaluations we've done this year, for example, which includes all the protocols, in this case with the correct versions. If you create an evaluation, you can manage it according to the business process. So here, you'll be able to select the process that suits you if it's a predetermined one. You can actually choose the protocol you want to fill out, assign a responsible person, and of course, set a date. What you'll find in there essentially is all the requirements, all the indicators and references to the needs in case you want to make things easier for the people who will be filling it out. Here, there's the answer. So that's always based on the standard, according to the structure of the standard. If I say yes, I can add a comment, for example, to justify or to make an observation based on the requirement. Here, what you actually see is the latest update, and I think that's super important. It makes a big difference in how we can manage things. So here we can see who did what and when, which really simplifies management, a feature you would never have in an Excel file, for example. Here for the evidence, you can associate several pieces of evidence at once or just one. You can also specify for each requirement where the evidence is located within all the documents, because we know that a crisis management plan, for example, can be quite large. It can be 200 to 300 pages long. We can make things easier for the auditor by indicating, for example, that it's on page 82 in section 4. So this really simplifies the work and speeds up the auditor's job. So here I've associated 3 of them. Here, there's a small box to check depending on your business processes, of course. And then, for me, it's the effectiveness of the validation. By performing the final validation, we're able to manage versions actually to further simplify the structure. The second thing I'd like to show you is all the aspects of evidence management. So we're able to add a piece of evidence, assign it a name, and give it a description. The idea is not to duplicate document management. So the goal in Reglo is to be able to create a link from your own document management system, like your SharePoint or your local server. We don't necessarily want to manage it directly here. First, it's not great from a security standpoint. And second, we don't want to duplicate your work. Finally, there's the whole task section, as I mentioned. So we can manage tasks, which are always based on each requirement, based on the descriptions, and there are subtasks that can be created as well. Obviously, when we add a member here, they receive an email directly to further simplify management and send reminders to people. In the end, what's important is also being able to transfer the information. So we can generate automatic reports. Here I can create task reports, protocol reports, and I can actually manage the protocol I want. If I do everything, for example, you will receive it directly here. The report, and here you will find all the information along with the evidence when there is any, for example, like here. So simply, you will be able to send this information to the association you need. So here it's 100% configurable, so you can set it up according to your needs. So as you can see, very quickly, We can take the time to look at the details together, but our goal is really to simplify management of your structures, your standards, and ultimately to make your work easier in the end. So I'm convinced that we can work together to improve your processes. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Today, I'm introducing Reglo, a product we've developed to simplify the management of standards. There are